Hi friends, welcome to this week's card class. This week I wanted to make 3 cards using Ellie art. For those of you that maybe don't know, I decided to come out with my own paper lines. And so we're going to use 3 of these lines today. We're going to use this fun plant paper, my fun heart paper, and then this paper which has some flowers on it. And what you'll see here are actually 4 different flowers, and I have a row of all of the same ones together. So in your kit, you have 1 of these flowers, not sure which one, and you also have 1 of these plants. Again, I'm not sure which one you may have ended up with. So as we're putting these together, if you have a small plant, I will show you how that will look like on your card. I have one of the larger plants, and so I'll show you how to put that on the card today too. So just wanted to let you know, when we put these together, that's what we're using today, are all Ellie art papers. Okay? All right, let's get started. So for the very first card, I wanted to make this fun yellow card. So that's going to be this guy here. So in your little kit, you're going to see all these fun little pieces. The very first thing that we need to do is fussy cut. And I know it's no one's favorite thing to do. Well, maybe it is your favorite thing to do, but we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cut these pieces out. So first off, I'm going to start with the flower card here. And someone asked me earlier in class if I always do a little halo around it. And personally, I just think it looks a little bit nicer to do the little halo around it. If you want to get right up to the edge on the black line, of course you can. And I'm just going to leave that creative liberty up to you, and you can kind of decide if you want to have the little bit of a halo around it or if you want to go right up to the edge. Because it's my art, I'm just going to warn you that sometimes the lines do not always connect if you're cutting it out the black. So you might have to kind of either take a pen and finish drawing the edge, or do what I did here and just kind of cut around it. See how the black lines just don't touch here. That's just kind of classic Ellie drawing for you. Okay, and then so we're going to fussy cut the little flower, and then we're also going to fussy cut out the 3 little hearts that you have in your kit here. And you'll notice that with your little hearts, that 2 of the hearts are going to be really bright yellow, and 1 of the hearts is going to be a little bit more maybe mustard color yellow, and that's just the 2 different colors of yellow oxide ink that we were using. One of the brighter color was the Squeeze Lemonade Distress Oxide ink, and this darker mustard color is going to be the Wild Honey Distress Oxide ink. So just so you know, and we just colored these with our blending brushes, which I love. All right, now that we've done the fussy cutting part, now let's put our card together. So with this yellow piece here, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put double-sided tape on the back side on all 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Whoops. And then we're going to take this sheer ribbon. It's going to be the exact same width as the yellow paper here, so just be aware of that. I'm just going to stick that on one side on the back, and then I'm going to flip this over, kind of pull that tight, and then we're just going to bring that to the other side. So we're basically just wrapping the entire front of that yellow piece completely in that wide sheer white ribbon. So you're going to end up with a piece that's kind of shimmery like this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love that. Absolutely love that. Basically making your own metallic colored paper, except that we're just putting that chiffon ribbon over the top. Then once again, we're going to put double-sided tape, but just do it on the top and bottom, which is going to be this side here and this side here. Then you're going to take your white lace ribbon next. We're going to stick this on the back side. It's about 1/8 of an inch in from the edge here. We're going to wrap this and just bring that to the front, and then again stick it to the back side. Okay, so you're going to end up with that on the far left. And then we're going to take our handmade piece of paper, and as you lay this on here, again on the front, you have about 1/8 of an inch of the yellow showing on the right side, and once again we're just going to fold that back to the back side, and it's just going to stick to the rest of that double-sided tape. Okay, so you should end up with this at the moment. Now on the back side, I'm going to put double-sided tape on all 4 sides. This is going to allow me to make sure that the ribbons are all locked in place, but also making sure that it's still going to be sticky so I can adhere it on all 4 sides of that. So on the front of my card base here, we're going to lay this on, we're going to center that, and there's going to be about 1/8 of an inch on the top and bottom, and about 1/2 an inch, if I were to guess, on the left and right. Okay. Now we're going to take our floral image here, making sure that our little sprig from the center is pointing up. I'm going to put double-sided tape on the back side of that. And we're going to stick that on at the top. Then we're going to take our yellow ribbon here, or sheer ribbon, and we're going to tie it into a bow. And I've actually had a number of people that tell me that they are not very good at tying bows, and maybe if I could give them some guidance. So once you tie it and it's kind of all fluffy and weird, if you hold it down here with these fingers, the little tails, and then you pull at the top with these two fingers, and then I sometimes will hold the knot and kind of pull in. If you do that kind of over and over, eventually you're going to end up with this really nice shape of your bow where you have the two loops at the top and then your two tails kind of go down at an angle versus straight across. Okay, and then you're going to want to cut your tails kind of short. Okay, so you should end up with something like that. Okay, toss those. And then we have the sentiment that says, "You make me happy." Very first thing we're going to do is trim off about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to do the 1/8 of an inch on the side that has the U on it. So I trimmed off that little section right there. Now I'm going to go in from the corner to the middle. So if you find the middle halfway up and down here, that's the middle. And then we're going to go from the corner to the middle, and then again from the corner to the middle. So you end up with that. Then you're going to take double-sided tape, put that on the back side of that. And then we're going to take our yellow, and as you lay this down, you should have an even border of yellow on the top left and on the bottom. And then we're just going to put that same amount of space for our chevron end there. Okay, so you end up with something like this. Now we're going to take our double-sided tape, lay that on the back side there, and on our card base, we're going to put this all the way on the far left side, stick that down. Then we're going to take our little bit of double-sided tape right here underneath our flower, and then we're going to take our bow and just put that right there at the right there underneath that. So that's why it's important that you make sure your tails are nice and short, because if they're too long on your ribbon, it's going to cover up the sentiment. Isn't that so sweet? Then on the inside of the card, what we're going to have here is you have your two brighter yellow and one that's kind of mustardy colored. And so I'm going to put two at the top and one down here at the bottom, and you can decide where exactly you'd like those to go. I'm just going to use double-sided tape to just stick those in place. 1, 2, and then 3. All right, and there we have it. There's card number 1. Isn't that so fun? I just love how cheerful it is. Just makes me so happy. All right, on to the next card.